So welcome back to the Yeshua Beloved Podcast, episode 3. Um Guest today is a coworker, friend. Want to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Luis Galindo. I am very welcome to me in your podcast today,
Yes,
Ariel.
sir. Um Basically what I talk about and the purpose for this podcast is your walk with God, Jesus, any experiences, testimonies you have, how you've overcame, certain situations that you think have grown your faith.
Mhm. Well, from when I started, I had family members that would teach me a lot of stuff.
Mhm.
They would show me paths that was right and not do what's wrong. Was wrong. Mm, some other times they would advise me a lot
Yeah.
to the person where I'm not at. Besides, we're co-workers. We work together. I've learned a lot.
Mhm.
Also from myself, I've learned without God, um, there's moments that are very difficult.
Yeah.
Without Him, you can't do, or let's say, what is next from your life
Mhm.
or to your path, to your life. Um, from knowing, let's say,
Is there
of
anything
His,
difficult, like, you feel like you've had for a while that, you're like, "You know what? I need spiritual guidance. I can't do this by myself."
yes. Mm-hmm. I also, I have asked, I have a god brother.
Mhm.
I have asked him for advice, as well from you. Um, from family members that would teach me. Also, my growing up with a aunt,
Mhm.
she's the one that's taught us before. We would go to church with my mom because of her. I've learned a lot of stuff from her. I've done from church. I've done. I've been a teacher from let's say, call it like a fun day, basically
Uh-huh.
at church. I've been a teacher.
Okay.
I've done that. I've been I signed up for it. Have learned a lot of stuff. Like um let's say learning to have more patience with stuff.
Mhm.
Be you call it concerned more, let's say, for not because of that. Make it more like a
Like a problem solving type
basic
of. Okay.
having instinct to life. I know you sometimes you have to do it yourself, not from always from people. You can take an advice from people,
Yeah.
but make it count from yourself.
Okay. I wanted to touch on fasting with you because I
Fasting.
know we both mentioned it, working
Mm-hmm.
together, I'm fasting today. How do you how do I say it? How do you fast? Why do you fast? And how does it help you mentally, physically? 'Cause I know that's really biblical.
I'm doing it since let's say you gave me an example. So I started off for you. Thank you.
Hmm.
I do it from every morning. I get up, change and get ready, and let's go back to work. I get there to work. Sometimes I'll eat something at home.
Mm-hmm.
I'll eat, let's say, I'll make myself a little sandwich, just a small one, or something with peanut butter. I like it.
Yeah.
I'll eat a little bit and take off. I get to work, just a little bit. I'll drink coffee or have, let's say, uh, an electrolyte in the morning,
Yeah.
just to feel better. Yeah, and I will get there, and that's all I'll do. I'll just probably go buy stuff that, a little piece of chocolate for the whole day and eat, drink water mostly. Sometimes, let's say, a good day, I'll come eat. I won't eat in the morning. I'll just drink a coffee,
Yeah.
and I'll throw in, let's say, hmm, like a piece of toasted bread. I'll eat something like that. Something light where I just the first minute I get out the way.
Yeah. Yeah. Get a little boost.
Mm-hmm. And get the necessity out the way as well. Mm, which I've done now. I've changed it because I've burned through it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, let's do it this way. Now each morning I'll just get up and let's say if there's cookies, I'll just grab a little cookie
Mm-hmm.
and take it with me. On the way I'll be eating it slowly, enjoying it, and then I'll wait and get there at work. Drink my special coffee, I drink it, and made it into a routine coffee,
Yeah.
which I don't think it's too good, in
Mm-hmm.
my opinion. For me, I get I struggle with it
Mm-hmm.
because that sugar, the big caffeine,
Caffeine.
it gets like acts up in my stomach
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, and sometimes I don't eat in the mornings,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll just be like a routine. I'll drink some and then let go of it, and drink some, let go of it, not to make it into a habit.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Too much of something is, even if it's good, too much of it could be, you know.
Hmm.
And why do you fast? Because me personally, it's spiritual, you know. In the Bible, it says to fast, right? And I do it to get a better, like a clear image of my surroundings. You know, you appreciate not having food, not having drinks. You know, a lot of people like when they're going through something, they wanna, you know, they want a change in their circumstance. You know, they want God to bless them. Like, you know what? I do this too much. I eat this too much. I drink this too much. I'm gonna abstain from it for a couple days, weeks maybe. Um, but yeah, I do the same thing, man. Morning, little snack, all day, just water, 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 water. Get home, still wait an hour or two, then I'll break my fast. Like that, I'll be like that for a whole week, maybe 2 weeks.
Hmm.
And while I'm fasting, what helps me, you know, just for anybody, for you, that could help. Cause I've been wanting to break my fast all day. Just stay in prayer. That's what helps me.
Hmm.
Be praying, you know, every moment I'm doing something, I'm working in my head, just praying, praying, you know, Jesus, give me strength, give me courage to continue the path that I've chosen, you know. You know, this is not only for my own good, my soul. It's for you. I want to show my gratitude, appreciation, knowing I'm thankful for what I have. You know, we complain a lot about things we want and that we want more, but simple things like just leaving food out, a soda, you know.
One of
A
the
lot of
biggest
people
things.
don't even, yeah, they don't even have water. So that helps me gain more of an, you know, understand more that, you know, you appreciate more.
Hmm.
Just remaining in prayer helps stick to it, gives you strength.
I learned there was a point where I learned fast since you started doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I also one more try. Why is he doing? I would ask myself,
Yeah.
why are you doing it? So I was like, I searched it up, this and that, and I was like, well, I'm gonna give it a try. And I would come in and go, you have you ate? And be like, no, like I'm fasting. And I go back and I search it up. Well, I start looking it up. Let's say later on, I would ask you, why do you do it? Why do you
Mm-hmm.
fast? Well, because of this and this. It's better for you. This took it as an advice. That's good.
Yeah.
I've done it. I started doing it, taking good advice from you. Also, I do it is because I went through a moment that I had like 2 days ago. I didn't know what we were gonna eat. I went through a moment that I didn't understand. Money was coming in good. I was getting too not greedy with it, but I was trying to limit, not waste a lot of money.
Yeah.
So now, once I started doing it, is learning to be grateful for what you have. And I see people around that don't have food. I see sometimes homeless that they don't eat, and I ask myself, what if I have in that position?
Yeah.
But I also ask me, why did you get there? I mean, you gotta work sometimes in your mental health, learn to prepare yourself. God went without eating, which is well, I don't know what verse was it.
Yeah. The 40 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sir.
And I know that they teach it at church,
Mm-hmm.
kind of Iglesia del Camino. I've gone on a little when I was younger there. I would go there and I would talk about that. I would hear that
Yeah.
until this day now, which I'm growing up. I see it now. I see it clearer now, and I go through a path that's difficult. I have people that show me the way and learning from what I can give back to God. Like if I give him a lot what he does for me, give me food in my plate, and besides I take care of family. So I learned to give him a gift because I've gotten a lot of things from him, and I'm not thinking I haven't given back to him. I've learned from myself is to be grateful what you have.
Yeah.
So I was like, what can I do? And that's how your example. So I started doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's do this. And I eat. I come home. I tried to do it these 2 last days of eating.
Mm-hmm.
Waited longer. Not to yet get home and not eat for like an hour more. I try to.
Yeah.
And I'm not the type of person that loves to eat. I love to eat. It's one of my habits. I'm still learning off of it. Learning
Mm-hmm.
how to cook stuff. Even though my stomach is pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I started fasting from it. I was like, well, I'm gonna do it. I think it will help me. I'll give me clear state. I guess where I would use from eating as an excuse. I would eat, I would eat, I would eat. I say stress,
Yeah.
a little bit of anxiety. It would get to me.
Yeah,
Uh,
man. Stress eating is a thing. Like,
it, I started to, I've cut it. I've learned to cut it because I would do it. I would make it in there like an excuse.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be stressed out. I would eat, let's say, like energy drinks, worst things.
Yeah.
And I try to stop on those because I like them a lot. But I see that they're not good for you. I like them a lot. I do.
That's a hard one.
I don't know what they created, but that's good.
Yeah.
But it's actually bad.
It
And
sucks because sometimes, like me, I'll drink it just for the flavor, you know?
hmm which would you that would be your opinion to be cutting fast? to be fasting?
Yeah, cause
In question, right?
cause I'll abuse it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It gets to a point where like, first of all, it's not even good for me, and turns into an addiction, right? And no addiction's
And you don't
good.
drink it. When you don't drink it, let's say you don't drink it for a week.
Yeah.
That's when it starts to get you.
Hmm. That's where the praying comes in. Like I said, like if you take anything out of that, it doesn't have to be out loud. I pray in my head when I fast all day till I break it.
Mm-hmm.
Give me that strength to not. When lunchtime hits, go home. You want to order something. That's where it's tough
That's hard.
because you're used to eating at a certain time, and yeah, man.
I've started and it's hard.
Uh huh.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm working through it.
Hmm.
I am. I think that's the hardest thing. Since you started doing it, it's been a bit difficult for me. I'll
Hmm.
be honest with you. I've been 100%.
Oh yeah,
Um,
it's hard overall.
it is.
Drinks, food, whatever.
All those soft drinks, Coca Cola. Who wouldn't like those? That's the thing that gets me. I see someone drinking it or opens it. Psst.
Yeah, just
Oh,
that
oh,
carbonation.
that's so good.
Yeah.
That is good.
No, but prayer helps. It
Which
really, really does.
I take an advice what you told me.
Mm-hmm.
I've did it. F- it's a three. Because
Hmm.
I gave gratitude to God. There was a point before fasting, I would give gratitude to Him
Hmm.
because I had a wonderful job. I was going through some stuff. I was about to be a dad, and so long as you just work there, I've learned. I said, well, I can't be just saying. I need to be grateful to them.
Yeah.
There's like ways you can see bad sides from that and good sides from that. But I was like, how about let's say stay positive. How you give me that advice? You learn how to work with, have faith. And I was like, hmm. And I'll guess I'll do it. I'll go work on that. Mm,
Yeah, man. Let's touch on faith. Um, it's been like a week, 2 weeks. Let's say 2 weeks. It's been a while since I've done the podcast. I stopped a year. It's been a year, and whatever. Everything was the same. Work, you
mhm.
know, nothing changed. But as soon as I start talking about that, I'm gonna do it again. I'm in a pretty good position right now where I can start recording. The next day, my car doesn't want to start. 2 days before we have to drive up here.
Mhm.
Like man, like every time I want to do something, something happens. You know.
And you're not expected that to happen.
Yeah, like
Just have a good day.
keep. I prayed. I prayed. I prayed. Try to put my frustration to the side. What matters is, well, like you said, faith. It's important because there's a lot of things that happen just to see where your faith is at. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Will my car start when it didn't want to start? I was like, you know what? I woke up early that day too. I'm like, it's gonna start.
You
It
had it
started.
one. You had it ahead. Oh, God
Yeah.
had you ahead. I was like, what? And then get up.
Yeah.
It
It
tells you in some
started,
ways.
got to work, just an hour later maybe. I'm like, let me go check on it because I didn't want to start the first time. Let me try again. Nothing.
That has happened before, huh?
Yeah. And like, man, it happened again. Like it's just gonna keep happening. I'm gonna have issues with this. Not gonna be able to, do the podcast comfortably. When I said comfortably, I'm like, but you're still gonna do it. See what you just said?
Mm-hmm.
No matter what happens, if you have faith that if you have your mindset on something, no matter what's going on around you, you
Mm-hmm.
have faith that that thing you're still gonna execute it no matter what. There's gonna be obstacles.
Right.
You have to overcome. You don't understand why it's happening. The devil likes to attack people when they're trying to do something for the better. Like how I told you the other day, you're doing something wrong when you're chilling.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing, the devil leaves you alone. You're doing something right when all these things start happening at such a good timing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. It works in many ways.
Yeah.
It does. Um, there was a I'll tell you the story. There was a moment where I wanted a truck,
Mm-hmm.
and I never seen my new truck. Things has happened, but
Yeah.
there was a moment that I was like, I'm gonna get a truck. I'm gonna get a truck. And let's say roughly, let's say 2 years. I'm gonna be 2 years working there where I
Mm-hmm.
work at. I was like, I would ask our coworker, what do you think? Because people tell me the wait is the better option. You get better option out of it.
Yeah.
What do you? I was like, well, yeah, wait. See what's the money. See what happens. And this coworker gives me advice, and it tells me that sometimes you have to have faith. If without faith, you'll get nothing out of it. Like if you do it your own way and you don't have faith in it,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think will come to you. So I kept thinking about getting my truck, and I would think about it and think about it. There was I used to have a little Maverick, and I loved that truck so much. I loved it. I got to a point where I got attached to it,
Mm-hmm.
and then I told my boss, man, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. And he was like, well, it's all right. I mean, it's all right. That's gonna happen. I started having issues with it. So I was like, well, I don't want to get too attached to it. So I was like, well, let it go. I mean, it's still a good time. We'll let it go. And I guess it wasn't meant to be. That's
Mm-hmm.
when I learned it. I was like, well, I guess it's just. I told him to just wait. I think I got too ahead of myself. I got too excited, but I didn't presume this as much as I wanted to. But I guess God took it. You know what? It's not yet. It's not your turn yet.
Yeah.
Like, have a little more faith. Get something better.
Yeah.
So I would wait until the day I was still waiting. And I asked myself, like, I'll wait, wait. I was like, today is the better day.
Yeah.
Or let's say tomorrow is the better day. And since you told me that advice to pray, I've taken your advice
Mm-hmm.
from from past Wednesday. Let's say, oh, it started uh,
Oh, praying.
praying. I've
Oh,
taken
it
your
was that
advice.
Wednesday, huh? Oh, so
Yeah.
what did I tell you? I told you from here to Saturday, pray, right?
Everything's become smooth.
Yeah.
Like I felt,
Do you, is there anything different mentally or like spiritually that you felt or still feel about praying
yes,
those, what, 4 days
spiritually.
maybe?
Hmm. It helps a lot with your my mental health. It helped me a
Mm-hmm.
lot
Yeah.
with it. Um,
No, it does, man, because based on your faith, someone's listening to you. You know what I mean? And someone that can actually, change your way of thinking, how things are going physically around you.
He knows what you're
No, you
going
can't
through.
see it, right?
Mhm.
See him.
Yeah,
You
yeah. No, like
you you mentioned that you feel like God took that truck away to because it wasn't, time to have it, right?
I
I
guess
have a
he protected me from my son.
mm-hmm,
I guess in some way that trick gave me a little bit issues. It's not bad, but in that way, I guess it told me in some way let go of it.
yeah,
You're too good of a person to to give that risk to your son,
mm-hmm,
which it would lock itself sometimes. I don't know why I would do it, but it was brand new. I was like, "What's brand new?
yeah,
What's wrong with it?" So I guess God's telling me, teaching me in different ways for my son
to be patient,
to be patient.
to wait on things.
Ah,
Because when something like that happens to me, something gets taken away. I look at it like that. You know what? Not yet. You rushed it. You went against His will
mm-hmm.
to do your own will. But there's also a verse I have right here. It's 1 John 2:15 through 17. It says, "Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him." So the way we'd interpret that is I'll f- I'll feel like, God will take this away from me because I get attached to a lot of things too.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll be like, you know what? You're paying more attention to things of this world. You're paying more attention to worldly stuff than me.
Mm-hmm.
And I read that. I'm like, you know what? That makes sense because by just focusing on him, living for him, loving him, everything else comes.
It comes is.
That's what people mean, put God first. Everything else will fall behind. Everything, no matter what it is you want. A truck, it's not going to be necessarily bad for you. Just that focus, you know, he wants you to focus on him first. He wants you to
Mm-hmm.
overall just not love things above him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I like to take away in situations like that. 'Cause I feel like that, you know, our focus isn't where it's supposed to be at the moment.
Mm-hmm. From his view or God's view, from my knowledge,
Uh-huh.
to me, what he told me was, it's not this one.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, no, I guess it is. I want it. No, it's not this one.
Yeah.
It's not this one. Just wait. Things will get better. You're going through stuff you're learning from yourself. Uh, learn to love yourself. Be patient with yourself. Be be smart what you say, what you do. For me, I'm a very humble person.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I learned to not be ungrateful because I think that's how it works. To be more grateful to stuff.
Yeah.
Why'd you get it in your hands? Why you're having this? I even told myself from that truck. Now I know why I have a work. Why I'm keeping my job. Therefore, I still have a job. It's just waiting everything to go into place. Having faith. You told me have faith. Learn
Yeah.
to wait. That from Christian that like you said, you're like, okay, my best thing, my strong suit is his faith.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, and I would ask myself why. Like I would out freeze and be like,
Mm-hmm.
why faith? Like I don't understand.
Yeah.
And then you were like, well, it's It's how did you say it? It's a
It's like an energizer, you know?
mm-hmm.
Like I'll say,
How
just
you,
say, you
you
know
gave
what?
me
I have faith.
that
Yeah.
advice you gave me?
hmm
Yeah.
I'll say you just saying I have faith. You know what? It's gonna
Like
happen.
your car, you
It's gonna
told me,
happen.
like your car,
God's
like my
gonna
car.
make a
It's gonna turn on.
yeah. God's gonna make a
And
way.
and and we were there and you were like, no, I have faith. And you were just calm.
hmm
And I was already stressing for yourself. I was like, well, I was like, why am I stressing if it's not my car?
hmm
And I saw you and you were like, he has a lot of patience. He's so, wow, he's so calm. We did what we needed to do and you came back and your car turned on.
Yeah.
And then that's when I was like,
And it hasn't died. It's been turning on good, you know.
damn. Um, since that day you taught me, I was like, I guess, I guess it's not, it's don't get everything go to your head
hmm
and go over it. Put it everything on God's hands.
Yeah.
I would, that impressed me really good. I learned actually something new. I have a car that I've been fixing,
Yeah.
and I have it's like a project car now, and I couldn't finish it no more. But I was like, why? Why is not not letting me finish it? I guess there was a reason why to it, and that reason is I guess have faith in it. You will get out of it. You'll get your truck. Just wait. Don't rush in to put everything on there.
hmm
Don't paint it. It's something that you're not supposed to get too attached to it. Invest in something else that is worth to you and to me and is better for your life, like yourself.
Yeah, man. You like I don't know if you've heard the story of Jacob and Isaac. Jacob and Isaac, God God asked Jacob, Isaac's his son,
Hmm.
Jacob's son, and he said, "You know what? If you really love me, show me. Sacrifice your son, his own son." God is
Hmm.
telling Jacob to sacrifice his son. He's like, "You know what? I'm devoted to you. I love you." Jacob in his head, he's like, "There's gonna be a way through this. There's no way he's just asking me to, you know, sacrifice my own son." Went up a mountain. As soon as they got there, Jacob was gonna do what God asked him to do,
Hmm.
and God stopped him.
Right, right.
He's like, "No, don't do it. I wanted to show I wanted to see how far you'd go. Make an example of one's faith.
Hmm.
What are you willing to sacrifice? How are you gonna show it? What are you gonna leave? No matter what it is, because a son, you know, that's different from like when you fast, you leave pizza, you leave Coke.
Hmm.
But when
Red
someone
Bull.
asks you to leave your son, that's different. He had faith in something that would pass. So yeah, faith is important to me, man, because not only in faith, as in you believe in Jesus,
Hmm.
but faith that there's more, there's better for you.
Everything will come back into place
Yeah,
by
exactly.
itself. You don't have to force it.
He knew you before you were even in the womb.
Mhm. Right.
He knows the plans he has for you. Um, just because we have free will, we make bad choices, right? But
Right.
he knows what he wants you to do. He's not gonna force you. And a lot of people, they misinterpret.
Like
They
a.
think he's a forceful God.
Mhm.
And I understand in a sense that there's been people that try to push, force something on somebody. When we talk about religion, Christianity, at work, wherever it is, I've never been the type to force it. You know what I mean? I'll talk from personal experience. And, there was somebody else with us when what was happening with my car.
Yeah.
You spoke to me about how you saw it, like, he has a lot of faith. Things like that. I'm hoping those around me will see and make them think about what you just told me.
Mhm.
But back to what I was saying, he's not a forceful God. It's important to have faith because if you understand there's a will that he has for you,
Mhm.
you look at things differently, man. And I know it's requires patience and waiting for what he wants for you. It's gonna
He's
be a
gonna plan it.
thousand times better than what you want for yourself.
Mhm. He's basically drawing your path.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
showing you your path.
mm-hmm. Exactly. It takes time to understand,
It does.
but it's coming no matter what.
I'm a very curious guy. I give it to point where I ask myself why,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
why this, why that. It gets you. Anxiety probably will just go into your head. Start getting nervous for everything, getting frustrated towards it.
Mm-hmm.
Since that day, you taught me a different way. And I've seen it before. Like there's past that where people or you have had moments, but now since this time, since you changed, I saw you're different. I saw this God right behind you.
Mm-hmm.
You were calm, and I guess you were. It will turn on. It will.
Oh yeah.
That day, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to ask you. I was like, aren't you a little worried? That's when I asked you, like, aren't you worried about your car?
Yeah, yeah.
You're like, no. You know why? Why? Because I have faith. And
And
we kept walking, and I was like,
mm-hmm.
okay, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
I guess we'll do that. I'll take your advice. We'll have faith. What we could go and came back, helped you, mess with it some more, and boom, turns on like nothing. Since I was there, I was like, okay, now I see how God works with you. Plus that patience you had with it, with that coworker, you were with him, this and this, he was gonna get that, and we just like got off your car and went to do something else right quick and came back, and it turned on. It will turn on. It showed me a different thing
Yeah.
that, how you like you said it, God won't force you. It won't. It won't force you at all.
Yeah.
Well, will basically teach you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look,
And I
have more
apply that
patience.
to anything I do. And it might sound funny, like, oh, the car issue. How do you learn all of this? What the problem with your car? But it's bigger. You're having faith. You're believing. Everything I go through in life is you learn from it. You know?
You have your up and downs. Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like there's little tests you go through have more faith. Be patient, be understanding
Remember me.
what God wants for you.
Uh, mm, like call out my name. Uh, like you said, to give me to that word, that advice you gave me at night every time from here to Saturday.
Oh, okay, yeah.
If I just sit down, bow your head,
Mm-hmm.
let go of stuff, talk
Yeah.
to me.
He also says anything you want, if you believe that you have it, that you can have it, it's yours. If you just believe, have faith that it's gonna be yours, I'll give it to you.
I come to you.
Obviously, if it's not, gonna cause you any damage or, you know, harm you in any way, ask and ye shall receive. And now that we're on that, money is the root of all evil. Tell me about struggles you've had involving money. I feel like it's something we all go through, right? But how has it changed you when you've had it, before you have it, trying to get to it, trying to have more, trying to,
Like we're starting with mostly how to save, like save him some money.
yeah.
Or to let's say God is trying to show me what I'm thinking. God is trying to tell me that wait, and I've been wanting to rush stuff, rush it, and I've learned that not to take it too hard on myself. Some struggles I've had, where which is keeping up with some of my bills,
Mm-hmm.
having free time with my family. Because I work a lot, and I struggle where I want to get up and not actually not
Yeah.
do nothing, just go home and rest. But
Mm,
they're with full energy, and like, hey, let's go do this, let's go do that,
yeah.
and that's where it comes up, money. And you could say I have a bad habit from wasting it.
Mm-hmm.
It just comes and goes. And I want to get this. I want to get a house. I get a truck. I get so messed up or walled up in my head that I want everything. You
Yeah.
can't. You gotta leave it in God's hands to play it out. He has it planned you when you can get it, when you can get it, like how you said it. If you want it, he'll give it to you.
Yeah.
I take it to my head that time. Let it play out. Let it come to you.
Yeah.
Don't force it. Because that's when it comes up. Let's say you get a new vehicle. You start paying. You get a new house. That's when it piles up. That's where money comes get you. And then you can't pay that. And then you gotta pay this. So
Yeah.
you're actually fighting with your money, what to
Mm-hmm.
pay and what not to pay.
You want more,
And then that's when you get to
It's
that point where
a distraction. Yeah.
mm-hmm,
Mm-hmm.
that focus kicks in too much.
Yeah. When I said money is the root of all evil, think of any problem you've had with somebody, or not every problem you have with somebody is because of money, but let's say anything around the world, you know what I mean? It starts from wanting more, you know. You I think I have a verse. Let me see. 1 Timothy 6:10, it says, "For the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil, and some people craving money have wandered from the true faith and pierced themselves with many sorrows." Craving money have wandered from the true faith and pierce themselves. So, how I interpret that is, again, you're too focused on something that's going to help you. If you're spending it wrong, right?
Mhm. What I would
It's going
call
to,
it.
yeah,
Spending around.
it's going to help you get, I used to buy, I'm not going to say what, right? But something that's
Necessary.
damaging me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I hit rock bottom I stopped doing the podcast. I kept doing it. I kept doing it. You know what? Keep buying it, whatever.
What the show is.
And I'm like, what's going on? I'm
It's true.
missing funds. I can't reach a goal that I'm trying to set for
Right.
myself. God told me, you know what? Every time I give you money, you blow it on the same thing. You wander away from the truth.
Mm-hmm. Food is that.
Yeah, like you you keep on spending it on things that don't help you.
Mm-hmm.
Help yourself, help your family, help the needy, you know. That's why I like to say, well, that's an example, it's the root of all evil because it starts with money, it grows to a bigger problem. It spreads to, you know, you can't get this now, you can't get that, you can't do this, you can't do nothing. You can't help people
Mm-hmm.
because of something you decided to, you know, you wanted to buy something that's not going to benefit you at all.
There was a point where money was a struggle.
Uh-huh.
Like let's say I would make good money, but I would be, let's say that word I'm looking for. Don't um so let's see. I needed to pay something
Mm-hmm.
and I would fight over it. And I would just be like, I would pay this, I would pay that. And then to the point I didn't have money for myself. So you could say it was like to me. I always wanted money.
Yeah.
So the show what I'm saying is that
Don't revolve yourself around money, you know.
that
It'll
money, all
come.
the money.
That's when faith comes in again. Dead
Learn
broke. You
to
can be dead broke.
let
Faith, you're gonna eat the next morning. You're gonna eat.
I learned to let it go.
Yeah.
Oh well, you gotta pay it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my wife would be like, I need this, buy it. Don't think twice. Don't even ask me.
Yeah.
You can buy anything you want. Let's not fight over money. That advice I got it from my mom.
Mm-hmm.
Let everything flow. Let everything flow. The advice I give you is don't fight for the money. If you
Yeah.
gotta pay this, pay that. But pay what's important. So let's say like a land. Pay that first. One car that you move around, pay that.
Yeah.
Make sure it has gas, a full tank gas. That you're all healthy. You have your pills over the counter, right? You have enough food for the whole week.
Yeah.
So let's say invest in yourself for living better. Now get everything what you want. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna go buy that. Bad habits as well. The alcohol, the cigarettes, the smoking,
Yeah.
vaping.
Invest in yourself. That reminds me of wisdom. Praying for wisdom. Reason that reminds me of that is because I've been praying for wisdom lately and comes with a lot of things. You you learn more, you're more aware, you're more, your eyes are open. There's a lot of things that are out there that we don't see.
Mhm.
Like how you just said, invest in yourself. You realize that after,
Instead of fighting.
going through certain things, and
Mhm.
right now we're probably going through stuff we don't even know what the root of it is. And I want to know before it becomes a problem. You know what I mean? I'll pray for wisdom for the podcast, an example. You know, give me the words, you know, I'll tell God, let the Holy Spirit speak through me and say things, you know,
Guide me in what to do
yeah,
next.
guide me, give me answers that won't
What's my next move?
not just benefit me,
Mhm.
you, people watching, you know?
Right.
Like, I feel like wisdom is important. You handle yourself differently, carry yourself differently. You're able to help people who don't really understand, you know what I mean? We could be on the same page, but because I prayed for wisdom, I could have the next chapter to that book.
Right.
You know, when you think there's an end, but there's more. Yeah. Have what do you think you have more wisdom in? Or you've gotten recently? And how has that gotten you closer to Jesus, you think? An experience where you're like, you know what, this is the problem. God's guiding me this way. How do you know?
To help a person in when he needs help,
Uh-huh.
even without them asking. Because I've gone through it by myself,
Yeah.
and I've given what all we all like money.
Mm-hmm.
I've given it away without thinking twice.
Yeah.
I would say like, helping people before they ask me. Offer myself. There's no wrong towards it. Um, because you don't know next or tomorrow what will happen. Let's say your car, you break down. You call everybody else, they don't answer. That 1%.
Yeah.
You're like, he's gonna answer. He'll answer. He's telling me before you want to ride. Sometimes you can offer stuff that you can do when needing help
Mm-hmm.
to a friend, to a family member. Is to show me not to have a grudge towards people. Learn to be more humble, more respectful. Not to be having a mean attitude,
Yeah.
which I'm still working on that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would say that I love to help people,
Yeah.
but there's sometimes that people sometimes take advantage of me in a different way,
Yeah.
which
Mhm.
I don't like. But you get to overcome it and learn from it. Um,
Do you feel like that wisdom has helped you in any aspect in your relationship,
it has.
marriage? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How do
It
you think,
is.
since you received that type of wisdom, knowledge, how do you think you're going about it?
It's just working. It's going good.
Yeah.
I apply it to my family.
Mm-hmm.
Like I do with them, and I hardly don't force stuff. I let it be sometimes.
Yeah.
Uh, I like to get to know you first before I do stuff to be more. I do stuff to you to show you that person that I want you to see me to be. Not always having a little attitude.
Yeah.
I always want to have that good side, that good vibe, that positivity all the time. Even though you have good days and bad days,
Yeah. Yeah, man, it's hard because you have to be on the same page a lot of the times too.
be the
You
head of
know?
the family sometimes as
Yeah,
well.
to be on the same page, to understand each
Mhm.
other.
And not always be so like close minded. Let's say,
Mm-hmm.
and be the opposite, a little bit more open-minded,
Yeah.
understand better, which I believe that could help me a lot. Work on more of my wisdom to be more understandable than being so, say, naive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mhm. Oh,
Listening to God's voice, um, it's not gonna be audible. You're not gonna hear a voice in your ear. It's thoughts.
it brings it up to your head like
Yeah,
you're
like
doing
you're
wrong.
like, that was God. It fixed my problem. I didn't think of what just popped in my head.
He's
Like
told me,
it's
"What do you think about well, my relationship? Let's say relationships in question. From that wisdom, I've learned that from his way of thought, let it be.
mm-hmm.
Don't always argue with your husband and wife. Nothing goes right. Always the devil's working against y'all,
Yeah.
fighting,
No,
fighting.
he
Even
hates
though
marriage. Say
even
that.
one is being nicer than the
Yeah.
other one, God is still pushing the other one to be against you.
There's a pastor I know. His name is Johnny. Listening to him the other day, he said, when you think it's over and you feel like y'all need to separate, if you want to leave, just leave. It's that simple, right? But if you want to leave just because you think it's not gonna work, you're struggling. He said, before you pray for the breakup, pray for the makeup.
Mm,
Jesus will guide you on how to, put the pieces together. Find her needs, find your needs.
right.
There's solutions to
That's the
bettering
word.
things, the relationship. So before you give up, I'll tell anybody, pray about making it up instead of breaking up first. You know,
Right.
she might be wanting the same thing. Y'all just don't know how to,
Or
solve
maybe
a certain problem or, you know.
I would say God is working on both of us. So I
Hmm.
think it's that, how do you call it, the climax, right?
Yeah,
Where it's working. Let's see, we both love each other.
yeah,
Just I really do love a lot. I guess that's where everybody struggles. We have our up and downs and
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
But I met her in high school,
Hmm.
and then you say that they say that sometimes high school
Yeah, it's a
relationships
long
don't
time.
don't
Hmm.
last. Which I was like, yeah, I want to break that promise or that curse. I
Yeah,
want to break it. And God has been like, you can do it. You can do it. You can change her,
yeah.
but not forcefully,
Not for yeah,
but on your own terms, which she's willing with you. I've learned it that way. He's telling me, no, not yet,
yeah.
or don't say that. Go,
Hmm.
go, be nice to her. He works him in different ways. I can't explain how he says it, but or makes me think about it.
Yeah.
You did this wrong. Go do this. Or how about tomorrow? Do this. I'll not go do it. Let's say I'll
Hmm.
go take him to the park. Okay, let's see how.
See how
And
it
I
plays
bring
out.
it to my head. I
Yeah.
was like, every day is a new day.
Yep.
There's never a bad day. Because if you stay negative, you bring it into yourself.
Yep.
That's why I work on it every day,
Yeah. Keeping God centered in a relationship, a marriage, no matter what,
no matter what.
and it'll always.
I think that's the biggest.
Everybody
This is the
struggles.
biggest wisdom why.
Yeah, everybody's gonna struggle. It's part of. Sometimes arguing is good in a relationship. You understand each other more. I fight. I don't fight with my wife.
We discuss.
Yeah, we
Um,
discuss. It'll get heated a little bit. Sometimes, me and my wife will go back and forth about an issue. But what I like about her, I'll come to her about the problem. Like, we need to talk about what just happened. She's open. She's not gonna be like, no, I don't want to talk about it right now. Leave me alone, da da da, whatever, right?
right.
We're open to resolving what just happened.
Mhm.
We'll talk about it. How do we involve Jesus in what we just went through? How can he help us? We ask ourselves that question. Whether it's verbally, mentally. I look at her and she's always on the same page. And God's working in her. He's working on me. We're never gonna be perfect, but we understand who's at the center of it all. You know what I mean?
Who has a better? I'm looking for that word.
More patience.
The head of the house, let's say, but
Hmm.
in that term, the guidance of the man, or who's going to be the guidance
Of
of that
the
family,
relationship, the
of
marriage.
yeah,
Oh, the husband. Yeah,
you see,
yeah.
some
We have a duty to, guide, lead under God our entire family, our wife, kids. And it's tough.
there's sometimes that they don't want to listen or they want to take it as an advice and just say no.
Yeah,
And I think that's where it comes up to where they discuss more,
yeah. A lot of people have an issue with that because they feel like they're being belittled. You know what I mean? Like I'm less.
right? And you're not trying. You should be more
No, it's just having different duties, different
right.
responsibilities. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
let's say it that way. Right, right.
Like you take care just as much as I do,
Hmm.
just different things. You know what I mean?
Comprehend your responsibilities.
Yeah, like if you realize what you have to do, it's worth a lot. Her, her job can be okay. Here's a good example. There's one morning where I didn't want to go to church. Oh man, and then it's tough sometimes. You don't want to get up early, and as a husband,
Hmm.
even if your wife, your kids don't go to church, I feel like you have to be there. You know, the husband gets attacked by the devil a lot. You have to have that spirit into your home, into your relationship. You know, well, that morning I didn't want to go, and here's
That's
where
the
we,
devil.
yeah,
Don't get up. Don't get up.
and this is where the duty of the wife comes in. Like I said, it's different things, but each thing has its purpose. She got up before me. I usually get up, and she was like, I saw her. Like, we're going to church. Like, man, I didn't nag about it. I didn't say nothing. And she motivated me, basically, just with her actions. She didn't know I didn't want to go. I'm saying,
Body
even if
language. She
she
said it.
does have to tell you and you express, like, you know what? I just don't want to today. I'm not sick or anything, just I'm lazy. I'm being lazy. But her motivating you, showing you that, let's go, giving you that a sense of love for your soul,
Mhm.
for you as a person, you know, that helps a lot. They're more, I'd say, emotional help in a good way,
Yeah,
like it
that's
helps
one
a
of the
lot
biggest
of
struggle.
men giving that push. That's what we need. We try to be, we're men, we're gonna guide them.
Hmm.
We don't need them. Sometimes we need that push,
Hmm.
and it helps. With what you need to do to help me. Her push helped me go to church so the Holy Spirit can come into our life, our
Hmm.
marriage. So, different responsibilities, just as much of a help, you know?
Hmm. That's one of the biggest struggles as well for me.
Yeah,
Like, around. I think that's. I would admit it. That is one of the things that it's hard to get up.
yeah,
I work with myself, but there's moments that God works with me first. He makes me, I'll wake up. Like, he'll be like, oh, I open my eyes, wake up. I'll look this way, toss and turn a little bit, get up.
Yeah.
Get up. You're doing wrong. Get up. You need to push yourself. Get
Mhm.
up. Like, there's moments that I just get up and you see me at work. Oh, you got here early.
Mhm.
It works different. It's weird. He's actually, that's when I started noticing more. He's actually helping me.
Yeah.
I came super early to work, 20, 30 minutes early. People get excited.
Mhm.
Oh, you're here early? And I was like, oh, well, thank you. I was like, and I appreciate that they have the support for me.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
do it.
Mhm.
I have coworkers that help me, bosses that help me, you, advices you give me. In that way, I come with a good mood because it gets me up with myself. Like, get up. Like, you didn't have those moments where you didn't want to go to school
Oh yeah.
and you were just basically dragging your feet. I have those,
That was harder for me than going to work.
and we're already adults.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. I mean, keeping Jesus centered in a relationship, work, personal life, whatever it is you're going through, having faith that he's gonna do something to change your surrounding, fasting, whatever it is, he's gonna get you through it no matter what. You know?
that's what he's working on more. Having more wisdom. I
Hmm.
would call it.
Wisdom.
I would call it like that.
Yeah.
From taking this as an advice,
Hmm.
I think that's what he's working on for me. Having a little bit more wisdom on myself.
Yeah.
Because now everything's getting to me how you're telling me. It gets to me like, not right now. Let's say today you tell me something and then the next day I'll be like, oh, I'll be thinking about it.
Yeah. Yeah. You
I'll,
never
I'll,
know
not,
who
and
you
I'll
can
come ask
reach.
you at
Yeah.
work, or I'll say it to a coworker and we'll talk a little bit about it.
Yeah.
It just comes to you. It's weird how he works on you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit. No, I'm not saying it's a lot. He's helping a lot.
Hmm.
It's a little bit.
Yeah. The
But
more you let yourself, the
the
more
more, yeah, the
Mhm.
more, that's where faith comes in. That wisdom and then that faith,
Yeah.
believe more. Oh, I believe the reason why I wake up so fast, like, I actually probably sleep good and wakes me up, which I have that habit where I just lay down back and I just stay in my bed.
Yeah.
That is one of the difficult things for me
Hmm.
to get back up. But he wakes me up for a reason. Hey, this is wrong. Don't lay them back down.
Yeah. Not only to wake up and breathe, but to, do something that'll, yeah.
Get up and start moving. Push yourself. Get up. You're getting there. Your path is closed. Get up.
Hmm.
It shows me in a different way that I see it. Like, well, why am I waking up so early? It pushes me. If you want this, let's go get it.
I'll give it to you, but
I'll give it to
put in your part.
you.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing with me. It's weird for me. I even ask myself, like, no, if I ask Dwayne, I don't know if he can, like, answer my question. Like, I get lost. That's where a little bit the anxiety comes in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, we'll see how it plays out. I have faith. There's also, I want to tell you, yeah, I would say that helping people.
Hmm.
Like the other day, work, we were talking about giving a little bit commission. Here, I'll give you this and you do it
Hmm.
if you want. He said, well, yeah, I'll do it. And I'll do this and this. Okay. And I told him that, okay, you see how he could do it. I test him. I like to
Yeah.
see how he does it. And he's showing me a lot of stuff. Well, this story comes up from talking about God. I'll have faith with him. God
Mhm.
sees everything, he'll see it. Which that happened that same day. But I was being, how would you call it? Helpful or more generous
Generous.
towards him. Here, go ahead, here. I'll motivate you.
Yeah.
God's motivating me, I'll motivate you. And it
God
was like,
sees everything.
it was like, yeah. I was like, oh no, we'll see if it is or not. Oh, he does it. He's doing it. It's like, I don't think it's gonna be nothing. They don't
Mhm.
have anything. I was like, don't pay me yet. Like, I don't think I'm gonna get nothing out of it.
Mhm.
Well, okay, well, I'll still give it to you. I'm like, it doesn't hurt me anything. I'll give it to you. I mean, it's from
Yeah, the
being
effort was
generous.
put in already, you know.
Yeah, I was like,
Mhm.
yeah, you did it. I was like, mm. And then he said, no, hold it. No, I'll leave it like that. It's just a stem. It's just this. So then he comes back, goes inside, does what he's gonna do, comes back. He's like, I guess he reacted good. Wow. We were talking about God sees everything, he says it, and it paid him more. And what I wanted to give him, it doubled it.
Mhm.
What I want to give him. Como dice Dios, God, let's see if I say it right.
I see it
Dios
like
aprieta pero
uh-huh.
no ahorca. Right? Al dicho
Mhm.
así.
Yeah. I see it like he knew he didn't want to take that from you because he didn't do what you were paying him for, right? He's like, you
Mm-hmm.
know what? Just don't give it to me. He was being generous. He was not generous. He was being,
Thankful to me.
yeah, thanking you and not taking
Grateful.
advantage, you
Yeah,
know?
being grateful to me.
And for him not accepting that from you, here's more. Boom. Yeah.
It was like, give him back. That's where
Mhm.
that comes in with
Being
fasting.
honest, being,
Mm-hmm.
it not only helped
Yeah,
him, but, you
honesty.
know, it helped you. Like, you know, you saw what just happened, how God works, how honesty and you willing to do something for somebody will go a long way. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
man. Um, one thing you want to leave out there for somebody, an advice you maybe you've gotten or personal advice that you've come up with that has helped you. Before we end this podcast, what do you want to tell people out there?
The best advice is to never give up on yourself.
Hmm.
Even though the devil works on you down, gives you that motivation to get back up. God put God first all the time. He'll work in different ways.
Yeah,
And he'll do it in front of you where you don't notice it. That's the best thing about God. Be like, wow, what happened? And you're like zoned out. What
yeah.
just happened? You don't notice it till then, but the next time it happens to you, you should get, oh, that's God's work. To never give up.
Keep working on yourself.
Keep working on yourself.
Yes, sir.
Nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
Nobody's perfect. Learn to love yourself. Be more humble in this world. It's all these cruelties that we have, these bad stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
Be more, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Be more humble to her.
Mm-hmm. All righty, man. Well, it was a pleasure talking to you.
Oh, thank you for
Seeing your
inviting me.
side of things with God, you know, your walk. You keep pushing. Keep him centered. Whatever. Work, marriage, your own life while you're by yourself. You know,
Yeah.
talk to him, pray to him. And you know, well, thank y'all for watching and thank you.